Maybe today your heart feels heavy, your prayers unanswered, and the silence overwhelming. You're tired of hoping, of holding on, of waiting for a sign. Doubt creeps in, whispering that you're forgotten or not enough. But you are not alone in this season. Faith isn't always easy. Sometimes it's just showing up, even when you feel lost. God isn't surprised by your questions or your weariness. He knows the ache of waiting and the sting of uncertainty. Your struggle doesn't disqualify you from His love. In fact, it may draw Him even closer, even if you can't feel it. Let this be a moment of rest for your soul. You don't have to be strong or have all the answers. Just be present. Know you are seen and heard, even in the silence. Your story isn't over. This struggle is not your final destination. God is with you in the quiet, in the waiting. He has a plan for you. You will get through this. Take a breath. Let go of the pressure to understand everything. Trust that you are held, even now. The silence is not the end. There is hope beyond this moment. You are not forgotten. It's easy to mistake God's silence for His absence. We crave signs, answers, something tangible. But God's ways are higher than ours. His silence is often part of His process. Think of a seed in the ground. Nothing seems to happen. But beneath the surface, life is forming. The most important growth happens in the quiet, in the dark. God's work in your life is often hidden, but it is real. Remember Jesus in the tomb, 3 days of silence before resurrection. The world thought it was over, but God was preparing a miracle. Silence is not emptiness, it's a sacred space where God is at work. Don't let the quiet convince you you're alone. God is present in the silence as much as in the storm. Your season of silence may be preparation, not punishment. Trust that the Master is working behind the scenes. The quiet is not a sign of abandonment, but of patient love. Growth takes time, and miracles often begin in silence. Hold on to hope. God has not forgotten you. He is painting a masterpiece on the canvas of quiet. Your story is still unfolding. The silence is not the end. Trust the process. You are being prepared for something greater. God is with you even now. His silence is not His absence. Sometimes logic and reason can't explain your circumstances. You've tried to figure it out, but the pieces don't fit. This is where faith steps in. Faith isn't ignoring reality, it's trusting in a greater reality. It's believing God is in control, even when life feels out of control. Think of Abraham and Noah, called to trust beyond what made sense. God often asks us to step out when the path isn't clear. If you're in a season where nothing adds up, you're not alone. This is your opportunity to build unshakable trust. Let go of needing all the answers. Surrender your questions to the one who holds them. When logic ends, faith begins, and God will meet you there. The adventure of faith starts now. We want instant answers, but God's timing is different. Waiting isn't wasted, it's where trust grows. A delay is not a denial. Like a farmer trusts the process, we're called to trust God's timing. Waiting is active faith, not passive resignation. Sometimes God withholds answers to prepare us for what's next. He's working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances for your good. If you got everything instantly, you'd miss the growth that comes in the waiting. Don't lose hope in the waiting room of life. God's delays are divine appointments. He is preparing you for blessings greater than you can imagine. Hold on, your time is coming. God's promises are always fulfilled. Trust the wait. In the middle of pain, it can feel like the end of your story. But this is just one chapter in a much bigger book. Every great story has struggle and tension before the victory. Your current struggle is shaping you for what's ahead. Think of Joseph, betrayed, imprisoned, but ultimately elevated for a greater purpose. What felt like the end was actually the setup for a new beginning. God is still writing your story. Don't close the book yet. There are more pages to turn, more joys to discover. God specializes in redemption and new beginnings. Trust the author, he knows what he's doing. This is not the final chapter. The best is yet to come. Hold on to hope. Your story isn't over. The next chapter is waiting. In a noisy world, stillness can feel strange. But what if God's silence is an invitation to rest in His presence? Take a moment. Pause, breathe, and let go of distractions. You don't have to perform or say the perfect words. Just be still. In the quiet, open your heart. Offer a simple prayer. God, I am here. Listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. God often speaks in a gentle whisper, heard only in stillness. This practice may feel awkward at first, but keep returning to the quiet. Even a few minutes of silence can renew your faith. In stillness, you'll find peace and reassurance. Let God meet you in the quiet. Rest in His presence. Your soul will find rest here. As we close, remember this. You are not alone. The enemy wants you to feel isolated, but that's a lie. Many have walked this path before you. Faithful people who wrestled with silence. You are part of a community, a great cloud of witnesses. Reach out, share your heart with someone you trust. We are stronger together. God Himself is with you, even when you feel distant. His presence isn't based on your feelings, but on His promise. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Your faith is your anchor. Cling to it. This season of silence will not last forever. Hope will be restored. You are deeply loved. You are not alone in the quiet. God will carry you through.